Good evening, my soul brothers and sisters. God blessed us with another beautiful, blessed day. So you know we got an awesome Bible study ahead of us. First off, I would like to thank God for giving me another opportunity of spreading His words worldwide. Secondly, I would like to thank all my subscribers and followers for walking with me on the path of righteousness. Let's get to it. From faith to faith. Title of the day is Be of Good Cheer. Bible read of the day is Acts 27, verse 22, and it reads, "And now I exhort you to be of good cheer." What do you do when you're in a really bad situation? If you're anything how I used to be, you'll cry out to God in desperation. One afternoon, when I was complaining to God about something, He interrupted me and said, "Did you know I don't hear the cries of my children when they cry out in desperation?" I said, "I thought you did." He said, "No, I hear the desperation cries of a sinner because that's all he can do. But once you get born again, you ought to be crying out in faith." I hear the faith cry. What is a faith cry? It's calling things that to be not thought what they was thought. It's what the Bible means when it says, "Let the weak say I am strong." The Apostle Paul knew how to use the faith cry. That's why in Acts 27, he exhorted the men on the battered, sinking ship to be of good cheer. He was telling them to start crying out in faith. Can you imagine that? Those sailors getting told to cry out in faith. You may feel just like those sailors did right now. You may feel like your ship is going down. You may feel like crying out in desperation, but don't do it. Instead, do what Paul said do. Be of good cheer. Cry out to the Lord in faith and say, "Lord, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to be despair. I'm going to be of good cheer because your word says you'll deliver me from this situation." Then start being cheerful. It may take more determination than anything you ever been through, but God will give you the strength to do it. He will give you the power to be cheerful in the middle of the most ungodly darkness the devil can bring up. Instead of crying out in desperation, take a faith stand. Take a faith stand. I like this because a lot of us get in a cloudy mood, in a desperate mood, and have desperate thoughts and try to reach out to God, right? And I like that example. God only hears the sinners that's going through desperation, because once you are reborn, rebirth, your faith supposed to be higher than that desperation. So you come to God in full faith, knowing what you're depressed about, what you're worried about, it's already handled. Because if you're walking in the light with God, if you're walking fully with God, you won't even let depression overtake your sanity, overtake your mind, because your faith will automatically kick it out. It will automatically kick out those thoughts. Yes, don't get me wrong. We live in the flesh. We not perfect. We worry sometimes. We go through things, right? We go through situations. I'm not telling you that, oh, be perfect, be jolly all the time. But you have to know when you go through a situation, your faith in God supposed to overpower those depressive thoughts. Because if you let that depression linger too long, it's going to affect you and your family. Everybody you come encounter with, they're going to feel that energy. So shake that energy, keep your faith through the roof, and just know God got you. Y'all have a blessed